Hello, comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I am your incredibly handsome host, Bill Miller, and this is my beautiful co-host, Mrs. Musings. All right, we are excited because we're doing part 2 of 3 of our CGC unboxing. These are books that we sent into CGC about 34 years ago, and they finally come back graded. We're ready to do the grade reveal. Mrs. Musings has gone in and covered up all the grades. I haven't seen them. They're a mystery to me. They're a mystery to you, but we will find out together. As a matter of fact, both Mrs. Musings and I predicted the grade of each book prior to sending them in to get cleaned and pressed and subsequently graded. So we will find out which of us is closer with our prediction to the actual assigned grade. If I win, I was told that I can get an Amazing Fantasy 15 facsimile. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with showing and telling. First, we have, all right, that is Canto, issue number 1. Let's see what it says. Canto number 1, IDW Publishing, August of 2019, third printing. David M. Booher story, Drew Zucker art, Nicole Zhu, I'm guessing, cover. I remember it's a very popular series, and there was quite an issue with damage for the first printing, so those were in a premium. I predicted a 9.8. Mrs. Musings predicted a 9.6. If it's anything like the first batch from this box, it will be a 7.0. So let's see what we've got. Survey says 9.8. You would think it would get old being right as often as I am, but it doesn't. It just gets sweeter every darn time. All right, so that's Canto number 1, 9.8 white pages. What do we got next? Ooh, we've got Red Sonja. This is Red Sonja number 4. Marvel Comics, July of 1977. 777. How lucky is that? Roy Thomas story, Frank Thorne, cover and art. And on the back, we've got the Spalding basketball Jack Davis advertisement. Red Sonja number 4. I predicted a 9.4. Mrs. Musings predicted a 9.6. And I think we'll be selling most of these. If there's one that's going to stay with us, I will point it out. So the actual grade is 9.0. Not terrible, but not good. So 9.0 with white pages. All right, next up. Looks like The Deadly Class. This is The Deadly Class issue number 1 from Image Comics, January of 2014. First appearance of Marcus Lopez, Saya, Maria, Willie Lewis, Master Lin, and the King's Dominion School of the Deadly Arts. Variant cover. Rick Remender's story, Wes Craig cover and art. I think I read the first 2 trades of this. Pretty good. Oh, and on the back, it's a white cover with I guess a little Deadly Class school emblem in the middle. It was pretty good. I read the first 2 trades. I like just about anything from Rick Remender. I think he's a great writer. Fear Agent was phenomenal. Okay, so what do we predict for this? Deadly Class. We both predicted a 9.8. And survey says a 9.8. All right. We'll take it. All right, next up. Ooh, one of my favorites. One of my favorite bronze series, the Shogun Warriors. Let's see what we got. I predicted a 9.4. Mrs. Musings predicted a 9.6. So we've got Shogun Warriors #1, Marvel Comics, February of 1979. Doug Mensch story, Herb Trimpe and Dan Green art, Herb Trimpe and Al Milgrom cover. And on the back, we've got the Lego series builders. All right, so Shogun Warriors #1. Let's see what the CGC gods giveth. 9.4. And that was, let's see, that was this guy on the nose. All right, 9.4. What were those pages?
Okay, white pages.
All right, 9.4 white pages. That is one thing. In the last box and this box thus far, we do seem to be getting a lot of white page designations. All right, next up. Ooh, we've got War of the Realms, right? Is that what this is?
Yes.
All right, it is War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas #1. Marvel Comics, July of 2019. First appearance of Luna Snow, Sil He, Wave, Pearl Penguin, Crescent, Dan B, and Lo. First U.S. appearance of Arrow, Lei Ling. Greg Pak's story, Dang Hyuk Lim art, Billy Tan cover. So I remember this caught fire a while ago. It has since cooled down. But let's see what grades we gave it. There it is. I gave it a 9.8. Mrs. Musing's prediction is missing. So I think she was probably so upset at me being right that she quit for one of the predictions. That's what I'm guessing. And she would have been right to have done so. A 9.0, 9.8 again. Can I ever be wrong? And I'm assuming that's white pages because it's a brand new book. All right. How many more do we have for this one?
3.
3. Ooh, this is a good one. For all the Danny Ketch fans out there, we've got Ghost Rider #1. This is Ghost Rider version 2, #1. So the 90s series. Marvel Comics, May of 1990. First appearance, Dan Ketch as Ghost Rider. First appearance of Death Watch. Kingpin appearance. Howard Mackey story. Javier Saltares and Mark Teixeira art. Javier Saltares cover. And on the back, we've got Master the Power, Demon Sword. Looks like a video game from, one of the early console video games. All right, so Ghost Rider #1. I predicted a 9.6. Much more bullish than Mrs. Musing. She predicted a 9.2 for this one. So let's see who's closer to the truth. That's funny. And it's a 9.4. It split the difference. We were equally right and equally wrong. So lower than my prediction and higher than her prediction. And that is white pages as well. So 9.4. Well, this batch has definitely seemed to have gone better than the first one.
This is messed up.
Yeah, I see that.
Something happened in shipping.
Well, no, it didn't happen in shipping. Something probably happened in pressing. So it's a miswrap. I don't know if it was a miswrap beforehand, but that, those bends down there, are going to be, let's see if we can get them on. There are some very significant bends right here going that way. So we'll see. But at any rate, it is what it is. We've got Red Sonja #3, Marvel Comics, May of 1977. Roy Thomas story, Frank Thorne cover and art. And on the back, we've got fishing gear. Your choice of 3 types. All right, Red Sonja #3. I predicted a 9.4. Mrs. Musings predicted a 9.6. I now predict neither one of us will be anywhere near how low this is going to be. So let us see. We've got a 9.0. All right. Well, unfortunately, I was closer. Red Sonja #3, 9.0 pages. White pages. Go figure. I think like all 25 of the last box all had white pages, or very close to it. And thus far, seemingly everyone in this one has had white pages. That's not a big deal for me. I'm really not a big fan of page quality, but I know some people are really into that. I mean, if it's brittle, that's when I start caring, right? All right, we've got, again, Red Sonja #1. Very popular book right now. Red Sonja #1, Marvel Comics, January of 1977. Based on Robert E. Howard's Red Sonja. Roy Thomas and Clara Noto's story, Frank Thorne cover and art. And on the back we have the evil one with all of his toys. So cool. Who doesn't want one of those now? I suspect more people want them now than wanted them back in the 70s. All right, for this one, we both predicted a 9.4. So hopefully that's what we'll get. No, we got a 9.2. Just like the last Red Sonja #1 we sent in. We seem to be stuck on 9.2. And white pages. Go figure. All right, we'll take it. How many more do we have?
That's it.
That's it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing those grades from CGC, the mystery grade reveals. If you did, I would encourage you to, that's right, subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted as soon as I drop new red hot content. That's what she said. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. And remember, we're taking over the world. That's right. One comic book at a time.